And if everybody could, you know, love Alfred Hitchcock, I think it would be a better world, don't you? What? Now I've been happy lately, thinking about good things to come, and I believe it could be something good has begun. Now I've been smiling lately, dreaming about the world as one, and I believe it could be someday it's going to come. Cause out on the edge of dawn, there rides a peace train. Oh, peace train, take this country, come take me home again. Now I've been smiling lately, thinking about good things to come, and I believe it could be something good has begun. Oh, peace train sounding loud, ride on the peace train. Ooh-wah-ee-yah-ooh-wah. Come on, peace train. It's peace train, holy roll. Everyone jump upon the peace train.
All right, folks, welcome to the Short Vol Show. It is Friday morning, and it's been quite the week for Short Vol, being in contango of an average of, what was it, like 5% all week. And we have seen a renewed interest in the various forums, Facebook, whatnot. We had the interesting interview earlier this week with Vance Harwood and Andrew G. Excuse me. Now, and we've had some discussion sparked by that due to Vance discussing the particulars of settlement on expiration, and it's interesting stuff, and we can look on Twitter to see Pat Hennessy and others sort of breaking it down and debating it. But I just want to emphasize once again that to those of us who are trading the ETPs, that being TVIX, UVXY, SVXY, VMIN, the particularities of the actual futures expiration are moot. And the reason I say that, of course, is because by the time expiration comes, the VIX ETPs are not composed of that future that's expiring, so it doesn't really pertain too much to me. And so, like, my eyes kind of glaze over a little bit when they start talking too much about the whether stuff's getting marked on the bid or offer, and the VRO and all that stuff. So anyway, let's take a look. Let me stop Cat Stevens here for a second, and we can take a look at the futures overnight. And we actually have turned slightly negative now. We were positive most of the evening, but we have turned slightly negative now. Let's take a look at the E-minis here. That is a I think that's like 2-week chart here. Let's go to the hourly. And we see things have turned down. We must have had numbers out. Let's go to barchart.com and see what numbers we had come out. I did not monetize this video because they would have gotten me on the Cat Stevens song, but it was worth it enough to me to play that song to forego making any money off this video. Okay, so according to Nick this morning, this is not a correlated market, and there was no big number coming out. It looked like FOMC member speaks at 3 a.m. Why would he be speaking at 3 a.m.? It must be 3 p.m. It shows here 2 FOMC members speaking today. There's got to be other stuff going on. Let's take a look at Drudge Report real quick here. I like to take a look at, some sort of conservative news and some sort of liberal news just to try to get a little bit from each side of the aisle here. Bill Gates swipes at Trump in a leaked video. I did watch that one yesterday. Doesn't show a whole lot going on. Let's cut into CNBC for a second here and see what they're talking about. Maybe that would tell us why we had the little down move in the last few minutes. But then again, if you look at in the big scope of things,
leverage, throw them a lifeline at least for the next 30 days.
In the scope of things, really nothing's going on. I mean, we did move down a little bit, but compared with the moves we were getting like a month ago, we are just basically standing still. NASDAQ futures now showing down 25. Dow implied open up 10. So relatively not a whole lot going on right now. Let's see what else we got going here. And the VIX term structure, let's take a look at that real quick. So I have been talking with potential advertisers for the channel here and discussing affiliate marketing deals. Affiliate marketing deals is basically like you put links to products on your channel, and if people actually do use your link to get to a product and purchase a product, then you get a percentage of the money from that product. It reminds me of, when I think of affiliate links, it reminds me of the BitConnect scandal. I'm not sure if anybody, I'm sure some of you may be familiar with the BitConnect scandal that happened a couple months ago, where it has to do with the cyber currencies. There was something called BitConnect, and there were 3 guys online who were promoting this account where you would put money. It turned out to be a Ponzi scheme, but essentially you would put money in an account, and then they were promising you a certain amount of interest every month on your quote-unquote investment. And also you received you received the money back in these BitConnect coins, which was like a cyber currency, and then you could cash them in, but they weren't actually floated on an independent market. You could only buy and sell them through the BitConnect exchange. And there were 3 YouTubers who were associated with this: Crypto Nick, Ryan Hildreth, and Trevon James. And if you're interested in this sort of thing, you could just check it out on YouTube. Just type in BitConnect and you'll see. There was also this guy named Carlos Matos who famously started screaming and yelling about BitConnect at a conference. Here's the conference right here, for example.
Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey.
This was like big internet news a couple months ago.
Hey, everybody. My name is Carlos Matos, and I am coming from New York City, New York. Let me tell you guys that I am so excited. I am so happy. I am really so thrilled to be right now sharing this amazing, glorious, super and exciting moment of my life with all of you guys. And let me tell you that we are really changing the world as we know it. The world is not anymore the way it used to be. No, no, no. Be connected. Wow. Be connected. We are coming, and we are coming in waves. We are starting, and we are going to actually go all over the world. We are belting the entire world. Let me tell you guys that I started 137 days ago with only $25,610. And right now I am reaching $140,000. Whoa, what's up? And let me tell you that I am actually earning around $1,400 on an everyday basis, 7 days a week. What? I am right now independently, financially independently. I am saying to so many people who said that this was going to be a con artist game, that this was going to be a scammer game. Hey, you're going to lose all your money. My wife still doesn't believe in me. I'm telling him, but honey, listen, this is real. No. That's a scam. And I said, but wait, I'm going to go to the bank. I'm going to get my Bitcoins. I'm going to actually put it into dollars. Here, they're right on the table. No, that's money that you took from another account. I'll say, what am I going to do?
So, yeah, most people probably have seen this already, but that's kind of what reminds me of affiliate marketing and the scams related with that. It's a little frightening, but and so I'm trying to make deals where I'm actually paid up front to sponsor stuff as opposed to like affiliate marketing, because I'm generally a little bit untrusting of that sort of thing. Other big thing that was in the news, I don't know if you saw this. This attorney came into a store and started ranting that people were not speaking English in the store, and it turns out that this guy's been doing these rants all over the place. I don't know if you saw this one.
When they should be speaking
very violent.
I mean, sometimes they do. Every person I listen to, he spoke it, she's speaking it, is America. He's very ignorant.
It's fucked up.
He's very ignorant. And he shouldn't be allowed.
Because I will be following up. And my guess is they're not documented. So my next call is to ICE to have each one of them kicked out of my country. If they have the balls to come here and live off of my money, I pay for their welfare, I pay for their ability to be here. The least they can do is speak English.
Welfare?
You understand? If you intend on running a place in Midtown Manhattan, your staff should be speaking English, not Spanish.
Because of people like you, our nation.
Honey, I'm calling ICE.
Call ICE. So that they can.
Maybe you shouldn't eat that sandwich today.
Anyway, that's a big scandal that's going on right now, or big in some people's minds. So let's get back to the markets here. I'm getting a little distracted, I'm afraid. So not a whole lot going on today. We did have a little sell-off recently, but as I emphasize, a little sell-off. E-mini's down 375 right now. The Dow futures just slightly positive. NASDAQ down 23. And we are kind of sticking in around that 5% contango area. I've gotten a lot of questions from people who are kind of, how do I put it politely, sucking wind on TVIX and UVXY longs, and I say to people, if you do want to get long these products, now it did work for like a month when the term structure was real flat, but at this point with the term structure starting to really build into contango, if you do want to take a shot on these things and get long them, if it doesn't work in 48 hours, get out of it. You can always reestablish at some other point, or try to jump on one of these if a news story just starts to develop and you think something's going to happen. Then jump on one of them, hang out for an hour, a day, up to maybe 2 days, and if it doesn't work, get out. You can reestablish some other time. You don't want to just ride these things down. It's kind of like a rookie mistake. So keep that in mind. And today I'm looking for a little pop, maybe to add to my shorts a little bit. VIX now showing up 20 cents. That's not the kind of pop I'm looking for. I'm looking for a decent pop. We're showing UVXY up basically 15 cents right now. The MJ stocks, I'm keeping a close eye on APHQF right now because it did rally to 10 and change in the last day or two from 7. I'm looking for a little pullback to purchase a little bit here. Here's the 180-day chart. If we can get to a little pullback, even to like maybe like 850 or something like that. Hold on, the chart is kind of off the screen here. Let me fix that. If we can get a little bit of a pullback, even to like around the somewhere in the 8s, I'm thinking about scooping a little here because we're waiting. We're coming up on decisions from Canada, and I think even if the marijuana thing gets delayed for a little bit longer, we'll still have some more certainty, and this is kind of on the lows for a while. Let's back the chart up even more. Here's a 3-year chart, which shows a lot different story. Look at that. There's the 3-year chart, and here's the 1-year chart. The 1-year chart looks like a screaming buy. 3-year chart, not so much. But I still think that, you know, if we can get back to the somewhere in the 8s, that I am going to purchase a little bit of this one. There. If we look at ACB, similar pullback. I mean, it looks like these things, you know, they could have. It's hard to say. You know, it could have a. Could have like a from ACB 562. It could pull back to $2, or it could go way higher. It's kind of like in the middle there. That's a hard one to really tell. Here is Canopy growth, however, much more solid, much less of a sell-off. Why is my chart weird? Hold on one second. Sorry, folks. How about that? That looks a little bit better. Canopy growth here, you see, still almost, you know, in the high end of the range here. Really, really looking solid. So I don't really necessarily want to buy that one. That could have a lot more to fall, but looking strong here as well. So I think the MJs, it might be a good spot where I'm going to jump in again. I haven't played them for a while, but it could be a spot where I'm going to start to jump back in again pretty soon. Anyway, kind of sort of a routine morning so far, which is like, once again, we like this. Not much going on for the short vol trade because stay in contango, stay rebalancing. Stuff starts to melt. Stuff continues to melt. I'm a little guy. There we go. I'm a little bit bigger on the screen now. Anyway, thanks everybody for watching. I would be interested in your comments, concerns, interests down below in the comments. I am looking for sponsorship, and if you would be willing to sign up for Patreon, that would be awesome, to give $1 or $2 to help this channel grow. As we want to grow, we want to have more guests, more interesting things for you. We want to go visit conferences. I would want to bring everybody down to the floor of the SIBO sometime soon. And unfortunately, that stuff all costs bucks, but we're going to find a way to bring it to you and on the only short vol show. And I appreciate you watching today, and I will see you sometime after the weekend as we come into the weekend. So happy weekend, folks. I'm going to leave you with a little more of Cat Stevens, since I'm already demonetized on this video. So here we go. Ready?
Morning has broken like the first morning. Blackbird has spoken like the first bird. Praise for the singing, praise for the morning, praise for them springing fresh from the world. Sweet the rain's new fall.
Does anyone out there watching Handmaid's Tale? They had this song in that show earlier this week. Handmaid's Tale is on Hulu on Wednesdays.
Mine is the sunlight, mine is the morning, born of the one light Eden saw play. Praise with elation, praise every morning, God's recreation of the new day. Morning has broken like the first morning. Blackbird has spoken like the first bird. Praise for the singing, praise for the morning.